Hello Seagulls cellos, I'm just going to play you through the Christmas Bell Calypso part. I'll play it all the way through and then just afterwards I'll go a little bit section by section. So we start with a count of 4 to begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're at A. We got first part of rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 2 more bars of rest. 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. Rest, and we're at B. Rest, we've got first bar of rest, second bar of rest, and then we're at C with our first bar of rest and our second bar of rest, and we're still pizzicato for bar 19. One bar of rest, 2, 3, 4. So that's the whole piece. So there's nothing too tricky there. It's mainly the notes from our D major scale. So we've got, starting on the green string, our D, E, Fis, G, A, which is our open blue string, B, C sharp, and D. Now, the very first section, from the very start, the first 4 bars that you have are sort of, well, they're mostly a scale walking down, but it just misses out a few notes. So if I just go through the notes in order, we've got D, and then a high D, that's 4 fingers, or finger 4 on your blue string, down to finger 1 on the blue for the B, and the A with no fingers, that's the first 4 notes. And then in bar 2, we've got D, so the green string, and that's twice. We've got an E, which is finger 1 on the green string, and an A, which is no fingers on the blue string. So our first 4 notes. And then the last 2 bars, with the very first line, the top line, starts the same way. D, D, B, A, but then it just continues going down the steps. So we've got our D, and our 3 staccato notes with the little dots just above them is on the green string, 4, 3, 1, and then it's just a rest. And a rest. So the whole of that top line, going from the beginning to just before where we've got A written in a little square box, is and a rest. Where it gets to A in the box, so that's the start of line 2 in the cello part, we have pizzicato, so we're plucking. So you'll have to take your bow and put it into your palm. You can, sometimes I like to point my thumb up the bow so I know I'm holding it, and then I can use one of my fingers for picking, and I can still rest my thumb on the side of the fingerboard to stay anchored onto the cello. And from A, you've got the same pattern you just played, but instead of with the bow, it's just plucking. Green string for the D, a high D, 4 fingers on blue, B, which is 1 finger on blue, A, which is no fingers on the blue string, and then on the green string again, 4, 3, 1. So from A, it sounds like this. And there's a rest. Now we've got 2 sets after that of 2-bar rests. So that's 4 bars in total. 8 beats and 8 beats. That's nice and easy because your conductor, so me or Emma, will bring you in at the right time. After you've had the rests, we go back to our bow, where it says arco in the music, that's the end of the second line, and we've got, starts off a very familiar way, green string D, high D with 4 fingers on blue, B with 1 finger on blue, but then we skip straight down to 4 fingers on green to play a G. So those notes. And then the beginning of line 3, just before we get to letter B in the box, we've got E, E, D. On the green string, 1, 1, 0. So those 2 bars together, the last bar of line 2 and the first bar of line 3 sound like this. And then from B, we go to pizzicato again, so we're plucking. I would still recommend being stuck to the side of your fingerboard with your thumb anchored, so you can use one of your fingers for the picking. I quite like to use my middle finger. We've got 2 staccato plucks to do on the green string, which is the ones with a little spot just above them. And that little spot is like a full stop telling us that they're going to be really choppy little notes. And then the tar that we have in that bar, there's 2 of them with the little kind of triangle accent above them, if you want to think of it that way around. That's a strong, really strong big sound. So we've got 2 spotty ones and a strong one. So we get te, te, ta, te, te, ta. And bar 2 of section B, B in the little box, is a very familiar little tune. We've got Fis, A, D, E, Fis. That's 3 on green, nothing on blue. And then for the D, E, Fis, all on the green string, it's 0, 1, 3. And the rhythm, we've got te, 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 ta. And that ta, that last one, is a nice strong accented note. The rest of them are the little spotty staccato ones. Te, 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 ta. So from section B, capital B in the box, we get and you'll hear jingle all the way. The next bit leading up to section C, we've just got some rests. We've got 2 bars rest. That's how you know, because there's a number 2 above the box with nothing in it. At letter C, we then have another 2 bars of empty, because you've got another number 2 at the top and a box that's all scrubbed out. So that takes us all the way to the start of line number 4. And we've got a very familiar pattern again. We're still picking, we're still plucking, our pizzicato. We've got that's almost a whole scale of D going backwards, a D major scale. We're doing, starting on a low do to a high do, 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 and then Ti, La, Sol, Fa, Mi, Re. But we don't get all the way back to do. So we've got D, which is just our green string, a high D, which is 4 fingers on blue, and then a C sharp, 3 fingers on blue, a B, 1 finger on blue, an A, just the A string, the blue string, and then it carries on down the green string. We have 4, 3, 1 on the green string, G, Fis, E. So if I play the beginning of line number 4, pizzicato, plucked, it sounds like this. And you'll notice I'm using a bit of vibrato to wobble the notes to make them ring on this cello, but you can keep your hand really still when you play those notes, so you can play. Then you've got 1 bar of rest. That's 4 shushes, 4 empty shushes. Before a very familiar part again, you've already played this at B, which is just the green string on a te, te, ta, te, te, ta, because you've got staccato, staccato, accent, staccato, staccato, accent. So chop, chop, and then loud. The very, very last line is exactly the same rhythm and the same staccato, staccato accent, but it's on a feast this time. So that's 3 fingers on green. And the very, very last bar is our jingle all the way sound. Feast, A-D-E, feast, feast. Or 3 on green, nothing on blue, nothing on green, 1 on green, 3 on green, 3 on green to finish. So we get. So that whole last line from bar 23 would be feast, 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 A-D-E, feast, feast. And if you go back one more bar, and we do the very, very last bar of line number 4 and carry on into the last lines, this is bar 22, we would get. And this is the last bar. It's all together, not too tricky that one. See how you go with some practice.